Hey, this is Chris. How you doing? Oops, let me get that fixed. Had to do a little repair work on my shower the other day. A couple weeks ago, I'd gotten a shower head at Lowe's, and it was one of these. It's a water-saving shower head, and so it only flows 2.5 gallons a minute. Our old shower head, it's an old. I can't remember. It's one of those you can rotate it and it changes the spray pattern. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it was old, and the mineral deposits had built up in it so bad you really couldn't switch between modes anymore. And so I thought I'd get another one. So I got that one from Lowe's and brought it home, and got some putty. I mean, not some putty, but some plumber's tape, and put it on the threads like you're supposed to, and screwed the new shower head on there and turned the water on, and it leaked. And it didn't just leak a little bit; it was like spraying. Where the threads on the the pipe that comes out of the wall. I'm not quite sure what the name of that would be. I would call it a fixture, but it's really not a fixture. But anyway, it's got like three-quarters of an inch of threads on the end of it, so you can screw the shower head onto it. And so I tried retaping it, and it still leaked, and retaped it, and it still leaked. And I must have done it 10 or 15 times. Because I thought, well, maybe I'm just putting the tape on backwards. Maybe I'm not getting enough tape on. Maybe I'm putting too much tape on. I don't know. And by the end of that exercise of futility, I had put the whole old shower head back on, and I noticed that it was leaking just a little bit, but I didn't get too worried about it because, after all, it is a shower, and the water's only on when I'm taking a shower, so I'm only getting that drip when the water's actually running. So. Yeah, so I wasn't worried about it. It was very, not like a drip every 30 seconds or whatever, so no big deal. So last week, Lee said, well, I got to go take a shower, and she comes back about 3 minutes later with the shower head in her hand. It was kind of funny. She says, I think I've broken the shower. And so I took it from her. I was like, how did this happen? And I looked, and I saw that about a half an inch of that pipe, the part that was threaded, about a half an inch of that threaded section was still in the shower head. And so what I realized had happened was that at those threads, through the years of using the shower, reaching up, manipulating the shower head, that had developed a stress fracture in it, and that explained why even it didn't matter how I taped it, I still got a leak. Now, it wasn't as bad with the old shower head as it was with the new shower head, because the threaded area on the new shower head was about a half an inch deep, and the threaded area on the old shower head was about 3/4 of an inch deep. So, the old shower head could screw on and cover up the fractures, is what I'm trying to say. And the new one was not deep enough to be able to thread it on there that far. And so there was still about a 1/4 inch of thread left. And so I said, well, let's give it a shot. I got the new shower head back off the shelf. Taped up what was left of the threads, tightened it and screwed it on there, and got it on there as tight as I could, and turned the water on, and lo and behold, it didn't leak. And so there you go. That was just an odd thing, because you usually don't see those pipes fracture like that. But I don't know. I mean, it didn't look corroded or anything. It might have just been a weak spot in the metal that had just, like I said, you move that shower. Of course, the shower head had become difficult to move because of the mineral buildup, and so it wasn't like you take your typical shower head and you can move it around fairly easily. This one you had to put a little pressure on, and I think that's just what happened. In the threaded area, the metal wall is much thinner, and so it just developed a little stress fracture. And then finally one day when Lee that day when Lee finally broke it, it had spread far enough around the diameter of that pipe that it just completely broke right off. So that was just interesting. I don't know. I've never seen it before. Might never probably will never see it again. But do you have any odd kind of home improvement or home repair things like that have happened to you? If you have, I'm in a parking lot. Yeah, people are walking by and I'm getting distracted. If you have, comment on that in the question and comment section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate when you do, and we'll see you on the next one.